Hi, welcome back. In this video, I will be discussing how to sketch a quadratic equation in a general form, like this one. Y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. And then it will look like this. Okay, the zeros, you know already. This one, the one that I'm pointing now, I hope you can see it. I will do it. The zeros here, as you can see here, they are your roots when y is equal to 0. And when you add those, when I am going to add those, if I'm going to add negative b subtracted by the determinants divided by 2a added by negative b plus the determinants divided by 2a. If I'm going to add those, this is 0. Then we have negative 2b divided by 2a. And then we have negative b divided by a. How do I get 2 there? Yeah, you can do that by dividing again by 2. Do you remember when we have this one? The first one. I'm going to show you. That one. Do you remember this one? We have p plus q divided by 2. It is the middle of the point p and q, or the x value p and x value q, not the point. Okay, the same that we're going to use here. It's the same. So we need to divide. Actually, I should have showed you that we need to divide this by 2 also. Divided by 2. So divided by 2, I will divide it by 2. And we have negative b divided by 2a. Where they did get that one. And the vertex, this looks like more difficult than it is. As you can see, this is your x already. This is your axis of symmetry. And then when you find that, then you can just put them in the general form. Okay? X-intercept for the discriminants. This one is the discriminant, greater than or equal to 0. If it's not, then you don't need to worry about this one. Then you need to worry for other things. Okay, yeah. Let's see if we can get some examples. Okay, for example, here is an example when you want to see the y-intercept. Y-intercept, intercept. When x is equal to 0, then we have y is equal to 2. So our y-intercept is 0, 2. Then we have 1 point already. And then our x, our roots, we have x squared minus 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. And then completing the square, we have x squared minus 4x plus 2 minus 2 is equal to 0 minus 2. Then we have x squared minus 4x plus negative 4 divided by 2 squared is equal to negative 2 plus negative 4 divided by 2 squared. Then we have x minus 2. This will become 2 is equal to negative 2 plus 4. Then we have the square root of both sides of the equation. Then we have x is equal to minus 2 is equal to positive negative square root of 2, as you can see here. Then our roots is negative 2 plus minus, positive 2, sorry. Our roots, not plus minus though. Minus, we can start with that, square root of 2, and then x sub 2 is equal to positive 2 plus square root of 2. That's our zeros or roots. But we cannot use that much because we don't have exact value or whole number. Sorry, whole number. Maybe better if we can find the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is always like this. X is equal to negative b divided by 2a. Then we have our negative 4 divided by 2 times 1. Then we have 2. So our axis of symmetry is 2. Our vertex now, let's see if we can find y is equal to, we substitute the value of x, that is 4 minus 16 plus 2, 9, not 16, 8, I should say. That's 2 square is 4, and then 4 minus 2. Then it is negative 2. So our vertex is 2 and negative 2. Let's see if we can put that in a graph. We have 0, negative 2, 0, positive 2, there is a point. And then we have the axis of symmetry, which is 2. Here is the axis of symmetry. And then we have 2, negative 2. Here is our lowest point. Then we have that also. Then our graph look like this. Let's see with our calculator if we did it right. Exit. Then we have x squared minus 4x plus 2. Draw. Yeah. Then we have F5, not root, minimum. Minimum point will be 2 and negative 2, yes. And then we have the y-intercept. That's 0 and 2. Then we did it right. That's how you do it. Let's see if we can find one more example. Before I'm going to give you another example, this example, we can use even other. We don't need to do this if we don't want, actually. You can do by using the other. Y is equal to, we have a x minus h squared plus k. I hope you remember that. You can do that by also in here. I will tell you how to do it. We have x squared minus 4x, and then we have plus 2 there. And then if I have to do the completing the squares here, I need to have not plus 2 there, sorry. I need to have 4. That means if I'm going to add 2, then I will not go back to my original function. But if I'm going to do minus 2, then I will go back to my original function. And this one now is a perfect square, x minus 2 squared minus k. Then I already know what my vertex or my axis of symmetry. My axis of symmetry is 2. Oh, sorry, not k. Ay. My mind doesn't work that much today. It's Friday, you know. Axis of symmetry is x is equal to 2. Here, our h is positive 2. Our h is positive 2 because we have x minus h, and then we have x minus positive 2, then x minus 2, that one. Okay, and then if we know already our axis of symmetry, then we can have our vertex. And our vertex when x is equal to 2, then we have 4 minus 8 plus 2. Then we have negative 2, as we got a while ago. And then you will continue. So it's also okay to use this property. It doesn't matter. Now we will go to our next example. Here is another example. One is, what you can do is you can factor that already. It is perfect square. Both are perfect square. 2 x minus 6 squared. That's already alright. Or you can, as you can see, all the terms are divisible by 4. And you have x squared minus 6x plus 9. Then you can do that also. You have 4 times x minus 3 squared. That means you have a double root. So your axis of symmetry is equal to x is equal to the h. Your h is 3. Positive 3, not negative 3. And then your vertex is always 3 and 0. That would be. If you solve this, your h is also 3. That's why it is easier to do this way. And then your y-intercept then when x is 0, then you have 36. 0, 36. That's big number. But if I have this one now, so when I have 3, 0, there is my vertex. That is also my axis of symmetry. And, and 36 there. It will look like this. And on the other side. Okay. Yeah, I hope you learned something, as I said. And on my next video, then I will be discussing finding a quadratic from its graph. So it's the other way around. What I discuss here now is that you have the function and then we will graph it. That is what we did. What I'm going to do next time is that we have the graph and then we will find the quadratic equation, a quadratic function. So see you around. Bye.